Hello, this is Malorian, and this is going to be a 35-point game with my Lylyth against Kreoss. Alright, so this game here is just cast or kill. Um, you know, my opponent here usually does McBain. He actually dropped McBain and broke him, so that's kind of good news for some of us because that means we get to do some different casters. So he likes it, I like it, I think you guys like it, but I'm sure Mr. McBain doesn't like it. But anyway, looking on my side, I got Anissa Rival on the far right. That line of green dice shows where the board edge is here for 4 feet. Then I got my Striders. Then I got a Tariff, Lylyth, 5 Raptors, a Seraph, and behind all that I got my 10 Archers. Finally got enough to make it legit big unit, so we're going to give it a try. For his side, he has the Incinerators on the left. He has the Choir going across the back. Then somewhere in there he has the Vassal, he has Kreoss, of course. Oh god, what is this guy called? He has some like high priest guy that has 2 bodyguard. He was able to dispel magic and stuff. Can't remember his name right now. On the left he has a Reckoner. The right, that's actually going to be a proxy for him. That's some sort of character jack that every time he kills somebody within 5 he gets the move. And then on the right, he has his exemplars, and there's that stupid ninja Sentinel guy in there too, which I really want revenge on from last game. Anyway, when I set up the terrain for this, I really thought it was going to be a neat battle going around this building here, but it looks like everything's going to be happening here, mainly on the right side. As soon as he deployed, I was not feeling good because I didn't take really any hard hitters. So dealing with these 2 big jacks is going to be a real problem. And then worse yet, when I look to see that fact that whenever I kill anybody within 5, he gets to move up. I can't do anything to the jacks, and I can't do anything to the infantry, or else they're going to be all over me. So really, I'm going to be trying to go for the caster kill. I'm hoping that my Seraph and my Raptors can sneak around to the rear and then pick off Kreoss, but we'll have to see what happens. But anyway, in the meanwhile, Anissa Rival has made a prey of his exemplars. So Kreoss goes first, pretty much everything moves up, and then the bad gets even worse, because even though I don't have any hard hitters, I was hoping that with some big combined shots, especially for my archers, that I could really put some damage into these jacks. But then the choir did the song so that I can't shoot them. So that's not good at all. And then otherwise, he has the spell up in his caster so that if I cast any spells within his control range is doubled. So my turn, pretty simple. Just kind of move up a little bit, throw up some, suppressive fire with the archers. The Tariff does his Animus, and Lylyth copies it, and that's really it. Just hoping that he makes a mistake moving up. So he moves up. He has that "you can't shoot me" prayer again, and he now has countermeasures up on Incinerators as well. Alright, so my turn 2 here. I'm just not ready. I can't do anything because I can't shoot his main guys. So Anissa Rival actually tries to go up and shoot a guy, but misses and goes back to 5 inches. The Raptors sweep around, kill a whole bunch of the choir. I actually was going to kill one of the other guy that's left on the left, but I was just barely out. Otherwise, I'm just moving back, putting up the suppressive fire. I got the Animus up on the Tariff again. And before I bushwhacked back with Lylyth, I did the Eruption of Spines off on his Reckoner, which did some damage to the guys in the back, but more importantly killed the Vassal, which was nice for me, but turned out he was within 5 inches of his character jack. So his turn 3, because of that, he's able to move up. He's now just perfect to charge Anissa Rival, and bam, smashes her like nothing. So that's pretty horrible. Yeah, really, really horrible. The other thing is that I was hoping that if nothing else, killing off that choir would mean that at least this coming up turn I could shoot him. But what he did is cast the prayer so he can't shoot, and then charged forward so that then he was within 3 inches of the Reckoner, and then the Reckoner moved up. So we weren't really sure if that was good enough or not. So if one of you guys know the rules, let me know. I would think as an action they'd have to move, cast it, and when you fail the charge, you can't do that action. I don't know. So if one of you guys could comment on that, that'd be awesome. But otherwise, the Reckoner then moves over, shoots my Seraph, does a good amount of damage, and then I'm -2 defense. But that's no big deal. Alright, so then my turn 3, I actually finally get some damage in. Striders move back, combined shot into that character Jack, do a good amount of damage. Well, a good amount meaning about 6 points. Otherwise, Tariff moves back, shoots, and it doesn't scatter enough. The archers just sat still, aimed, killed a whole bunch of guys. Well, a whole bunch of guys, meaning 2 of the Incinerators. And then with a shot with Lylyth to help, I killed one of the bodyguards for his little priest guy. The Seraph went up and did some shots against the Reckoner and that bodyguard. That bodyguard is now on 1 wound. And then really all I really got done was with the Raptors that came back, wiped out the rest of the choir. And I forgot to mention it, but I had shot some stray shots into his big book thing before. Sorry if I didn't mention it. He had that, big moving Covenant book, whatever. And so now it's dead as well. So, now this is looking really good to me because if he moves up, he has nothing now behind him to stop me from getting from Kreoss. So that was pretty good. But his turn 4 was not good. His Reckoner charged into my Seraph, destroyed it. His other stuff was just really running up to engage me. His one bodyguard was able to kill 1 guy with reach. And worse yet is that Kreoss popped its feet, and now almost everything here is knocked down. I mean, except for 1 archer, Lylyth, and 4 of the Striders, everything here is knocked down. So the whole game of run away is not going to really work. So then my turn 4, if you can't shoot, I might as well do the best I can. Strider's combo shot into his little character Jack does an amazing amount of damage. I think it did like 8 boxes or something. So that's really good. The archers then, did some combo shots and stuff all over. Actually, no, sorry. They all combined fired into that Jack as well. Also did a ton of damage. It's now lost its Cortex, so that's great. The Tariff moved back what it can because I need him if I'm going to get any Fury. Threw up the counter, shot thing. Lylyth did some shooting and then moved back. And then the Raptors moved up. And we're going to go and shoot down that stupid Ninja Sentinel guy and then put some shots in the Kreoss. But then this thing turned up where if you do that, he just gets knocked down. And if I kill somebody else, he gets wounds back. So in the end, he's still there with 1 wound. So again, if somebody can explain to me how that thing works, that'd be good. But anyway, I still got a few stray shots into Kreoss, did 4 boxes. So it's something. I know my next turn here I'm going to get crushed, but at least if I can get off this caster kill, it'll all be worth it. So his turn 5, his Exemplars all run into my Striders. He only kills 1 because, they have really good defense, so I was pretty happy with that. He went after some of my archers. Most of his stuff was just killing them all, but funny enough, his one Reckoner went and trampled over 3 of them and didn't manage to hit any of them. So that was pretty cool, but what's going to happen here is they just fail their command check and run off the board. So that's no good. My Tariff is locked in combat, and, Kreoss is sitting on 4 Fury, but, if I get lucky, maybe I can make something work. So then my turn 5, I decide why wait, might as well go for it. The Tariff just kind of goes and slashes at some guys with his tail, kills only 1, and then Lylyth comes up, pops her feet, shoots at Kreoss, misses, buys another shot, hits this time, boosts the wound, does, I think, 2 damage, but more importantly, that now allows me to cast the Parasite on him to drop his armor by 3. The Raptors now move in to shoot him, and I'm just out of range. When I go into my measure it, it's every single guy, it's a perfect arc so that everyone's an inch out. And so, this was going to be a desperate ploy, and in the end, it was just a complete fail. I just said, well, I shook his hand because now he has his option of who he wants to kill me with, and really, I was getting crushed. So, victory to Menoth and to Kreoss. I think if number 1 thing I learned from this game was that you need heavy hitters. I mean, that was the first thing that I learned or I saw when I looked at this, that I had no heavy hitters, that the jacks were going to be a major problem for me, and then the fact that I was going with like a shooty theme just made it worse because between his choir and his one character jack, it was just a mix of me taking a bad list and a list that was all into one certain area, and then being up against an army didn't help. And then at the same time, I just was way too defensive with my Raptors. I mean, it was working out perfectly where they sweeped all the way their way around. They were picking stuff off, but then I just stayed too far back and allowed him to outpace me. Whereas if I moved up, he might have thrown a few more units back at me, but hey, that would have made that my main line would be okay. And you know, Raptors can hold up their own as well. So, really just a list building mistake on my part, a bad matchup, and then also bad tactical mistakes with me as well. I mean, just the very beginning losing Anissa Rival because with her I was being too aggressive. So, you know, maybe that's why I was more defensive with my Raptors. But either way, a loss to Lylyth. And anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.